The second path to Torah secrets, bias. Eliezer, my son, hearken unto my words, and I shall expound to you the second path to the uncovering of the well, as our forefather Jacob and Moshe our teacher did. Know this, my son, the second path to uncovering the secrets of the Torah is bias. Bias can be defined as our personal tastes and preferences, which can blind us to the truth. As it is written, Yitzhak, who had a taste for wild game, loved Esau, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Yet no bias could thwart the things of Adonai, who testified through the prophet, Jacob I have loved, but Esau I have hated. Thus, because of his bias, Yitzhak did not love Jacob, he instead loved Esau, which was not what Adonai had intended. Bias can also be defined as the rejection of anything that contradicts our personal beliefs. It is written, you may say to yourself, my power and the strength of my hands have produced this wealth for me. But remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth. Thus the wicked believed that their own hands brought them wealth and not Adonai. It was in this manner that the wicked of Israel have rejected Adonai their Elohim. As it is written, can Adonai spread a table in Bamidbar? Later they rejected the Moshiach when they refused to accept the truth which was contrary to their belief. They said, we have no king but Caesar. This was not so with our father Abraham. For it says, Abraham believed, and it was credited to him as righteousness. And now, my son, I sense that you are perplexed. For Abraham did not stubbornly believe in falsehood, as the wicked do. Neither did Abraham our father believe with blind faith. In truth, Abraham was once an idol worshiper in the house of his father Terach. Abraham considered the evidence that the idols he worshipped were not gods at all. Abraham weighed the evidence, which contradicted his beliefs. Abraham did not reject the evidence which contradicted his beliefs. Instead, Abraham realized that his beliefs were false and rejected his false beliefs. Abraham believed in the evidence that was revealed by Adonai. Thus, Abraham believed, and it was credited to him as righteousness. Bias can also be defined as hatred of people who are different. This was certainly the case for the exiles who returned to Jerusalem at the time of Darius, king of the Pharisees. Regarding the exiles and their governor Nehemiah, it is written, I rebuked them and called curses down on them. I beat some of the men and pulled out their hair. I made them take an oath in God's name and said, you are not to give your daughters in marriage to their sons, nor are you to take their daughters in marriage for your sons or for yourselves. So Nehemiah and the exiles hated their brothers because of their bias toward anyone foreign. But the Megillah Esther speaks of the Jews in Shushan. Many people of different nationalities became Jews. Therefore, Nehemiah and the exiles cast stones at glass houses. This was not so for Moshe our teacher, neither was this the case for the Moshiach. For Miriam and Aaron were blinded by bias and hate, and so it is written, Miriam and Aaron talked against Moshe behind his back because of his Cushite wife. However, Moshe was so righteous that he commanded the Israelites not to hate the Egyptians, or the Edomites, or the Moabites. Of the Moshiach it is written, the Samaritan woman said to him, you are a Jew, and I am a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink? Thus, we are given several cases against racial bias and bigotry. This is the clear distinction between the false prophets and the prophets of Adonai. For bias blinds the wicked with false belief and hatred. In order to overcome our bias, we must think as if our beliefs are wrong. It may be that our beliefs are wrong. We must also weigh the evidence for and against our beliefs and reject those things that are lacking. Now then, my son, go your way, for I leave you with the hidden knowledge that your wisdom may grow. Hide it well and do not neglect what I have taught you. If you are worthy, I shall return to teach you more.